Today, we're diving into a complex and often heated topic: relationships, dishonesty, and the question of whether infidelity should carry legal consequences, especially when it poses a risk to health through the transmission of diseases. When someone strays outside the bounds of a committed relationship, they don't just disrespect their partner, they jeopardize the health and well-being of everyone involved. Yes, diseases can be transmitted in various ways, but when reckless behavior puts an unaware partner at risk, doesn't this amount to more than just personal betrayal? It's a form of deception, and one could argue it borders on fraud, making oneself out to be someone trustworthy and loyal while secretly exposing them to potential harm. It's a serious issue. Just as impersonating someone else for gain can have legal repercussions, shouldn't feigning loyalty while being unfaithful have consequences too? The stakes, after all, involve more than just emotions. They're about physical health. If dissatisfaction in a relationship leads one to seek comfort elsewhere, this needs to be discussed openly and maturely, with both parties' safety as the primary concern. Fostering honesty in such situations is important, not just for the individuals directly involved, but for everyone they interact with. There are scenarios where individuals use relationships with the opposite sex as a facade for societal acceptance, disrespecting themselves and their partners by hiding true desires. Those who might be more drawn to the same gender but choose not to live authentically not only deceive themselves, but they also perpetuate a cycle of dishonesty. We've touched on the health risks associated with this duplicity, but what about self-respect? At its core, each of us is entitled to express our sexuality freely. If one can't embrace this aspect of their identity for fear of judgment, then there's an internal discord that needs addressing. Living with such an inner conflict often stems from deep insecurities. This can lead to decisions that are harmful not just to their own mental health, but also to the physical health of others. Emotional turmoil might drive individuals to seek solace in fleeting encounters, but are these brief moments of satisfaction truly fulfilling? If we chase after superficial validation because we're not content with who we are, we can find ourselves caught in a cycle of poor choices, a pattern that's difficult to break once it takes hold. It's important to understand the broader implications of such behavior. Pursuing momentary pleasures without considering long-term consequences can unravel someone's life in unfortunate ways. We live in a culture that often prioritizes immediate gratification over lasting fulfillment, but without a firm foundation of self-respect and understanding of one's own values and desires, those brief flashes of excitement can lead to a series of regrettable mistakes. Once you start down this road, recovering becomes a complicated task, filled with emotional and sometimes physical scars. How do we begin to change? It starts with self-awareness and respect. When we truly value ourselves and understand our worth, it becomes easier to extend that respect to others. This isn't just about relationships. It's about cultivating a healthy view of oneself that transcends temporary distractions or societal pressures. Choosing honesty, both with ourselves and with those around us, acts as a shield against these cycles of deception. It prevents the pattern of hurt where multiple partners remain unaware of each other's existence, each unable to consent to the true circumstances of their shared experiences. Embracing who we are and being transparent about our needs with our partners is a crucial element of not just personal fulfillment, but also of public health. So should infidelity and the risks associated with it be criminalized? It isn't a straightforward question. While the emotional aspect of betrayal might not be something laws need to regulate, the clear risk to public health is a concern worth legislative attention. Partners unknowingly exposed to STIs by their significant other are victims of more than broken trust. They face dangers that could impact their lives irreparably. In this modern age, where the free expression of identity is more possible than ever before, why do people hide who they are? Fear, shame, or confusion often prompt these harmful choices, but addressing these root causes is critical. If society fosters an environment where people are encouraged to be honest about their identities and desires, deceitful behavior might become less common. It's also crucial to emphasize the importance of communication in relationships. The more openly we communicate, the more we can create solid foundations built on mutual respect and understanding. Conversations about desires, needs, and boundaries are necessary to ensure that all parties are on the same page. When people feel valued and heard, their reasons to seek fulfillment elsewhere can diminish, thus reducing dishonest behavior. In summary, whether infidelity should be a criminal offense is a complex issue. Beyond legal implications, the heart of this matter lies in how we treat ourselves and others. Learning to respect and understand our desires, while appreciating those of our partners, could lead to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Before any laws potentially change, we ourselves must embrace the task of introspection and commitment. Our journey towards self-respect and authenticity might not only improve our relationships, but also safeguard our health and well-being. In navigating these intricate waters, it is equally important to recognize the role of societal and cultural influences on our perceptions of fidelity and infidelity. Each society has its own norms and values that shape how romantic relationships are viewed and managed. What might be considered unacceptable in one culture could be seen as entirely normal or even encouraged in another. For instance, in some societies, open relationships are a common and respected practice, where partners agree to engage with others while maintaining a primary commitment to one another. This cultural diversity highlights the complexity of creating universal laws around personal relationships. Lawmakers would face the monumental task of balancing individual freedom with social norms, which could vary wildly even within a single country. Consequently, imposing a criminal standard on such a personal and varied topic as infidelity might inadvertently infringe on personal liberties. Moreover, the legal system might not be the most effective mechanism to address the emotional and psychological aspects of infidelity. Courtrooms and legal judgments are equipped to handle evidence and enforce punishments, but they may lack the compassion and holistic understanding necessary to resolve the intense emotions involved in personal relationships. Imposing legal consequences could add further injury to those already hurt by betrayal, without really addressing the root causes of the infidelity itself. Instead, perhaps a more fruitful approach would be to foster environments where open communication is valued and where emotional and relational education is prioritized. Providing access to counseling and therapy can offer individuals and couples tools to better understand themselves and each other, helping to prevent issues like infidelity from arising in the first place. Education programs that focus on emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, and the development of healthy relationship skills could empower individuals to build partnerships based on trust and mutual respect. Ultimately, the question of whether infidelity should be criminalized touches on broader themes of personal autonomy, societal values, and the role of government in private lives. It challenges us to consider how we can collectively foster healthier relationship dynamics without imposing undue restrictions on personal freedoms. While laws can indeed shape behavior to some extent, they are not a substitute for personal growth and understanding between partners. As we continue to explore the best ways to uphold the sanctity of relationships, let us not forget that each person's journey is unique. Approaching infidelity with empathy, a willingness to understand varying perspectives, and a commitment to improving ourselves and our relationships might be the keys to crafting a more compassionate society. Thanks for joining me in pondering this intriguing topic today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I look forward to hearing your perspectives. Until next time, take care and nurture your connections.